It's the whole tutorial.
It should be series of bars. Yeah. يا هلا بالسلام يا حياك يا تفضل حياك. We work in an area of water treatment.
Yeah.
And we try to ask him about how they treat water, how much it goes, how you Okay. Today we have Abdullah at Sweid. Inshallah, he will present his final. And we welcome him. We have 15 minutes. Please go on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome, gentlemen, for your presenting today and to evaluate me. I appreciate that. My presentation title is Effectiveness of the Transformational Leadership with Saline Water Convergent Corporation, which known in Saudi Arabia as SWCC, transforming the workplace through job satisfaction and team performance. My thesis will contain 5 chapters: introduction, literature review, methodology, analysis and findings, conclusion, and references. For introduction, in my introduction of my thesis, we will discuss how important is the transformational leadership. It is a style of leadership that influences followers to achieve objectives and goals. The study will be conducted on SWCC, Saline Water Convergent Corporation, because this is the place that I work, and I found that it is a unique place to conduct my study. The problem statement of my research is to evaluate the nature of workplace of SWCC from the aspects of job satisfaction and team performance enhancement by utilization of the transformational leadership traits at the management level. The objectives of my research is to indicate the abilities of SWCC leaders to change and enhance the workplace environment for better future for the company. From this main objective, we got 2 sub-objectives, which are to identify the factors that empowered by transformational leadership toward creating team performance, as well as to identify the factors empowered by transformational leadership toward building job satisfaction. The literature review of my thesis, contains of 3 parts. The first part was talking about transformational leadership. It discussed the transformational leadership being a phenomenon for all around the world for the 21st century and the second half of 20th century. Also, it focuses on the mission and vision for leaders and how to get and reach the objectives and goals. Also, it focuses on groups as well as individuals. Also, my literature review discussed the relationship between transformational leadership and team performance. Team performance is affected by leaders' style. Also, it is a result of how the team being treated. In addition, if the leaders have a right behaviors and right traits, so they can get the better output from their teams. For job satisfaction and the relation between it and transformational leadership, job satisfaction is about how encouraging spirits for your people. It is the perception and indicators of what your people think about their workplace and their perception about their workplace. It is also a reflection of how your people feel comfortable in their organization. So they are a reflection of how they deal and lead by their leaders. So from the previous literature review, we come up with main hypothesis, which is there is a positive relationship between transformational leadership traits, implementation, and enhancing work environment through team performance and job satisfaction. From the main hypothesis, we came up to two sub-hypotheses, which are there is a positive relationship between transformational leadership and team performance, as well as the strong and positive relationship between transformational leadership and job satisfaction. In our methodology chapter, the research design, the paradigm of this study is positivist. The study used a quantitative method. We used in our study the survey to collect information and to collect our sample. The study is a cross-sectional study. Our sampling design and the size, we took it from calculation mathematical formula, which was addressed by Israel in 1992, which equal N capital divided by 1 plus N capital E squared. In our study, the N sample size equals 78 employees as per the equation. N capital is population size, which is supervisor leadership positions, 350 employees. E means level of perception, which equals 10%, and confidence level is 95%. The population of my study is SWCC leaders, which are 350 employees. The validity and reliability of my study, the validity is to measure and to make sure what we are measuring it is valid to measure or not, and reliability to monitor the consistency of our questionnaire. We used in our methodology Cronbach's alpha coefficient to ensure the questionnaire is reliability. So in our instrument design, we used questionnaire. Our questionnaire was adapted from Donemes and Toker 2017 with slight changes. So our data, because our data is primary data, not secondary data, so we collect our data through survey and we analyze them through SPSS version 24 to make sure from our results. So you can see here the theoretical framework and how our hypothesis is conducted. Transformational leadership is affecting, there is a positive relationship and strong between transformational leadership and team performance and job satisfaction as well. We have the factors that empowered by transformational leadership, which are skills and knowledge, emotions and value, creativity, encouraging, and relationship. These factors are for team performance, and the other factors, mutual respect and trust, justice treatment, quality of work environment, enhancing individual traits. These factors are for job satisfaction. For our analysis and finding chapter, we have used SPSS version 24 to illustrate statistical computing techniques. Our descriptive statistics to show the frequencies and the percentage for our demographic part in our questionnaire. We have also correlations for the relationship between two phenomena. In this study, we measure relationship between transformational leadership and work enhancement. We use simple linear correlation. Here, as you see, the Cronbach's alpha coefficient of our test. We found the result of Cronbach's alpha between 0.672 and 0.800, which is in the range that we targeted. because from 0.5 until 0.9, we accept this as a reliability questionnaire. For table 2, for liked items, measures, respondents, and we have the categories from the first until the 5th category. We have strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. For this table, we will judge our results whether it's agree or not. So, our questionnaire contains of 3 parts. The first part is about the effectiveness of transformational leadership. We come up with overall mean of our results is 3.974, which is in the 4th category in the previous table. That means agree. The second part of our questionnaire is between transformational leadership effectiveness and team performance, and overall mean equal 4.03, and this is aligned in the 4th category, which means agree, same as well as transformational leadership effectiveness and job satisfaction has been located in the agree and the 4th category, which has found 3.99. So in this slide, we measure the mean. So the model summary, we come up to the R value. R value for our correlation is 0.70. 0.70, that means over than 0.5. So that means we have a strong and positive relationship between transformational leadership and job satisfaction and enhancing work environment. Also, we have an ANOVA analysis of variance. We have this to make sure from the linearity of the relationship in our variables. We have here the significance is 0.000, clearly shows high significance. Table 13, we have correlation. Now we want to make sure from the relationship between leadership and team performance. We have here the Pearson correlation equal 0.5 to 6, which means over than 0.5. That leads us to strong and positive relationship between transformational leadership and team performance. Same as well as transformational leadership and job satisfaction. The Pearson correlation was 0.566, which is over than 0.5. That means also strong and positive relationship between transformational leadership and job satisfaction. The results and findings of my study, the respondents of this study agrees that transformational leadership traits enhance work environment. The components of transformational leadership, which are inspirational motivation, idealized influence, individual consideration, and intellectual stimulation, are strongly affect the work environment. This result is in line with the previous study of Bass and Ofolio 1990. Also, the respondents agree with that the effectiveness of transformational leadership with team performance, and this is in line with the results that done by Brufonova and Bono 2009. Same story with the third part, the transformational leadership and job satisfaction. We got a positive perception that merges between from mutual respect and trust between leaders and their followers with it's transformational leadership and job satisfaction in general, and this is in line with the results as Malik, Javed, and Hassan 2017. So based on the previous results analysis, the study confirms that from table 13, that which we have taken a look before, there is a positive relationship between transformational leadership and team performance. And same story as table 15, it shows that positive and strongly relationship between transformational leadership and job satisfaction. From these two tables and the previous results, we came up with the main hypothesis, which is there is a positive relationship between transformational leadership traits, implementation, and enhancing work environment through team performance and job satisfaction, and this main hypothesis has been proved. In conclusion, the result study provide evidence that transformational leadership is important. It plays a significant role to enhance the work environment. Also, the findings of this study support the hypothesis that there is a strong and effectiveness relationship between transformational and both team performance and job satisfaction. Also, leaders need to empower the transformational leadership traits through some factors such as mutual respect, diverse and improving knowledge and skills, encouraging creativity, showing and sharing emotions, enhancing individual traits, empowering relations, justice treatment, to help them reach the goals and objectives of the organization. The implications of our study, it will contribute to academic field in Saudi Arabia, especially in public organizations and private industry sectors. Also, the outcomes of this study define the positive effectiveness of the factors that empowered by transformational leadership, which we believe these outcomes will be helpful for the leaders. The study provides both theoretical and treasured understanding into theoretical and observed treasured understanding into the effectiveness of the transformational leadership in both team performance and job satisfaction. The recommendation of our study, academic field should be enriched with such an important topic, transformational leadership in Saudi Arabia, because we are converting to Vision 2030, so that we want to enrich this field and make sure all the sectors in the government align with this vision. Awareness about transformational leadership effectiveness should be raised and be a culture between employees. Human resources should give courses and training for their employees, especially leaders, in order to enhance awareness and culture for the organization. The reputation of my study, higher management in our organization, as well as each public organization, are hard to contact them and to take them time to fill your questionnaire. Also, the time of this study was quite insufficient in order to enrich such a significant topic. For further study, it is recommended that future studies to be conducted in the field of transformational leadership in other organizations and industries. Future study may be performed using qualitative and mixed methods by interviewing managers to evaluate outcomes. This is what about my presentation. Thank you very much, and these are references.
Many thanks, Mr. Abdullah, for your presentation, and we welcome your suggestions. Please, Dr. Saleh, Dr. طاهر.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdullah. I would like to congratulate you and Dr. Faisal. And I read your report, and mashallah, it's well written. Although some of the places there are some of my observation, some of the references are doubled. I mean, they use by two authors, which is wrong. Another issue is with some of the places you did some grammatical mistakes like future tense. Whenever we work, especially the thesis, we normally use future continuous, past continuous, and present continuous. Okay, so that is another observation. Also, in table 13 and 15, the value of correlation you mentioned is a strong positive, 0.5%.
Yes.
Do you think it is strong correlation?
Yes, I believe that, because the percentage, the range that it is located That means there is a relationship. It is positive for sure. Strongly, I believe it is strong because it's located in this range. I think it's strong. I know what you mean. That means it's just 0.5 to. I can open the schedule to make sure.
No, I'm just asking because we cannot on our belief. This is research, yes. And as per standard rule, between 0.3 to 0.5, it is supposed to be a weak correlation, and from 0.5 to 0.7, it is supposed to be a moderate, not high. It is very important point, very important observation. We are, working as a internal, but if you are going to present your report or whenever inshallah you will go for some research, more research, it is very critical point, this point Pearson equal to 0.5 to 6, it is moderate, always. So please,
yes,
this is very important observation. Rest is, I think, is fine from my side. One more question. You are working for transformational leadership. What are the other leadership theories? Can you please tell me two or three?
Yes, there is a transformational leadership, transactional leadership. That means when you treat your employees and your followers as you get from. So if my employees is bad, I treat him bad. If he is just active, I reward him. And the transformational leadership is against this theory because I want to raise the motivational for my followers. So this is the opposite leadership. There are other leadership styles which are like reward and punishment leadership. This is considered as a part of transformational leadership.
What is the behavior theory of leadership?
Behavior theory?
Yes.
Behavior theory, if you treat your followers as per their behavior.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much from my side, and Doctor, over to you, please.
حياك الله عبد الله.
الله يسلمك.
حياك الله. Thank you, Dr. Abdullah, and I feel a lot of good job has been done in your thesis under supervision of Dr. Fayçal. And as you know, in the library, we concentrate and focus on the weaknesses and the areas that need to be improved, not the positive side, because there is a lot of positive side. First of all, let me ask you about your topic. As I understand your research correctly, that you assume the transformer relationship, leadership, is already exists in your organization, your company. And you went to the managers and you asked them to evaluate this style of leadership within their subordinate, about their satisfaction and their performance.
Yes.
How's come that you assume something that already exists?
Okay. Actually, when I thought about the topic of my research, what is the field that I should make my research, I was not sure because I have service almost 9 years in my organization, but I wasn't sure if there is a transformational leadership or not.
How? Then you assume that it is, and you evaluate it, and you make a correlation between their performance and the satisfaction. But how you convince me that it's already there?
Yes.
What's the evidence?
I get your point. Actually, from the topic of my research, the effectiveness of transformational leadership. So I believe that there is effectiveness. It could be 1%, but at the end of the day, there is effectiveness. So I want to see.
I am not asking about the effectiveness. I am asking about the body itself, the transformation leadership itself. It's even within your managers.
Yeah.
this is my question. How you convince, how you give me evidence that this style of leadership is already exists? Because as Dr. طاهر said, there is a lot of men's leadership style. Yeah.
I got your point. After I saw some of our managers, not all of them, they use the style of transformation leadership. Before I choose my topic, I read what is the transformation leadership. So I saw some traits. Some of our managers, not all of them, use these traits, and they are excellent in their positions. So from this door, I entered to see how many managers and how strong and how effectiveness this style will work with other managers or not, or how spread this culture. So this is...
Okay, I will answer your question, but after the second question. Then you go to the same managers and you ask them to evaluate their performance regarding their followers. How is this come? You ask the employees' satisfaction from their managers. I couldn't. I mean, it is as I evaluate the instructors, the professors, and I evaluate yourself. This is the wrong way. I go to the wrong population. I should ask who? I should ask employees. Is your leadership, is your manager has transformational leadership? And is the way, the style of the leadership improve your performance, improve the team, improve your satisfaction? But if I go to the manager and ask him, is your followers feel, is he satisfied about your, this, I think you choose the wrong population, first of all. You go to the wrong sample to ask of the population.
Okay, I have answer for your concern. You're right, first of all, but my questionnaire, the questionnaire that is designed for transformational leadership, the questionnaire is targeted leaders, not followers. So if you see the questionnaires, I have them on the tables. It is talked about themselves. So many questions, as a leader, I do. As a leader, I see the vision of my followers. As a leader, so I want to check their abilities, not the followers. And based on that, I go to results and analysis, which are they match with the transformation leadership traits or not. So,
do you think that they will say we did the wrong thing and our followers are not happy and this you cannot, something that
it depends on their honesty.
will not happen.
Depends on their honesty.
Okay. But also the main objective of the thesis is to discover factors that improve team performance and create satisfaction with the subject. Okay. However, the thesis focuses on testing the correlation, the relationship between the leadership and team performance and employee satisfaction. Yani, your thesis question, your thesis objectives is to discover the factors. This is just in the questions and in your objectives. But at the rest of the thesis, you focus in the correlation, just the correlation. If there is a significant correlation or not. What about the factors? What is the factors? I have seen the factor where in your model, just the model.
In the model, yes.
Just the models. You list them. But there is no studies. You didn't mention them. You didn't raise them in your discussion.
Actually, I did. I can show you where I did the factors. If you go to table, I used all these factors that I imply in my study inside the tables. If you can go with me. If you can go.
What you did this the number 16 is measuring this factors. This is not the way we present our results. This is not the way we, because your main thesis is about the factors. Your main thesis is about the factors, your objectives about the factors. not the correlation.
Okay. In page 37, I have answered for 37.
Okay.
Yes. The factors that I talked about in my theoretical framework for team performance, one of them was emotions and values. Okay? And it is in the question number 19, the nature of relationship between leaders and followers affect team performance.
And which page?
37.
37.
I can't go to
Which
page.
number of the question?
The number 19
19.
and number 18.
18.
Yes, it focused on the same page. It focused on creativity, encouraging.
Okay.
This is the factor. Number 16, it focused on skills and knowledge. And number 17, focus on emotions and values.
Okay. When you build the survey, or when you adapt the survey, you should explain this before you testing.
Mm.
I am going to test the factors if they are in the company or in the staff, the leadership, our managers. You should illustrate that these factors that I am looking, and this study that mention these factors. There is no mention even in your literature.
Literature review is not there. You have to present rationale
Yes.
of selecting these factors. Why you are going to select these factors?
Abdullah, also there is a repetition, a lot of repetition in your literature review. Sometimes in paragraph and page 14, you mention in second paragraph and in the third paragraph the same component of the
Yes.
and also
Just I want to have a comment if you allow
Yes.
me. Yes, there is a repetition, but the second repetition with extra factor. So if you talk about the components of transformation leadership,
okay.
this is to assure these components are really important and being used more than one study.
Okay. One of the remark about your thesis is you didn't give attention to the component. Anyone who talk about the transactional leadership, transformational leadership, they talk about the component and they test the component, and most of the work belong to the component because the component is the period of this theory. But you just mentioned it in this program and then you forget it.
I mentioned it also in the analysis.
In analysis,
It's
yeah.
in the table, the whole table mentioned.
And,
The whole table.
yeah.
If you can see that.
The right place is as is, picture.
It is mentioned in lecture review.
A little,
Yeah,
yeah, just
not there.
Okay.
touch. No, you need to make a focus in this because this is the main things of the theory. Also, the logical sequences in your ideas in the literature review that confuse a lot of you. Sometimes I couldn't get your point, what you need to. And also the problem is you didn't list studies. Most of your reference is about books, articles. There is no studies about the theory. It has been applied or tested in this country in this studies. Most of the
Generalized information.
generalized information and quoted from that, but there is no real study. Maybe 2 or 3. That's why most of your reference is not in journal. Most of your reference books, articles, but not journals. The study is in the journals.
I have just a comment for your question. Regarding, you're right, but transformation leadership, as I said previously, it is recently hot topic. That means
We will pass this theory.
Yeah, you're right.
We will pass. This will be all the theory.
You're right. It is the second half of the century 20. It started being studied, this hot topic and this theory. So you're right. There should be more than theory and practical numbers. But for researching, I found some difficulties to not like other topics, which is enriched in the field of academic.
Well, also, you list the hypothesis at the end of the literature review. Each part you send some hypotheses. There is no correlation between what you list, what you review in the literature review, and the hypothesis, especially the first one. And also, this is not academic way. This is not a scientific way to list the hypothesis in the literature review. This should be done in the research methodology, and you have a special topic about the hypothesis research, and you list all the thesis, your hypothesis, and you write about. But that no hypothesis done.
Yes, I just want to answer. I follow the format that provided from management of MBA. The hypothesis was in the second chapter.
Actually, we say that
I discussed with Dr. Faizel about this topic.
So you can have theoretical framework or conceptual model as a section in the end of chapter in lecture review, maybe, or as Dr. said in the lecture.
It is in the end. It is located in the
but
end.
it should be under
in the end of each.
Okay, you're right. Subtitle.
Yeah, they should all of this. Also, the data collection, you didn't explain how you collect your data. How you did collect?
I collected my data through survey. The survey was done through Google survey. I sent too many people all around the WCC branches, which are located on Red Sea and Arabian Gulf. So it's through a link. They fill out, and I got to the data, and I started analysis.
Okay. Regarding the analysis and the discussion, I was not very satisfied. You didn't discuss the result. You just list the result, and you didn't enrich your analysis out. It's mostly descriptive, but no enrich result and discussion in your. That's why maybe the discussion or the result is just a few 2 or 3 pages. This is not unusual, really. This is most of. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Abdallah, inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I do agree with professors here. You have to have an individual subtitle or subsection, maybe lecture review or research theory, call it theoretical framework, and you list after you discuss all of those in lecture review, you then said this is the proposed conceptual research model or proposed framework, and you discuss your hypothesis, then you discuss your factors you look at to discuss their relationship between those factors. I noticed a small thing. In chapter 1, there is a subtitle missing, which is significant to your research. There is no subtitle significant to your research.
I mentioned, but I didn't put it as a subtitle. You're right.
It should be a subtitle significant of your research. You have to include it in your chapter 1. And there is appendixes in this thesis.
Yeah, also your questionnaire.
Where is your questionnaire?
My questionnaire is ready. I have it.
You should
have it here in appendix, as appendix, your question. And from where you adapt each and individual factor or each individual item should be appear in your appendix. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate and value your gracious recommendations.
Inshallah, the best.
Thank you, inshallah.
شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا لك.
Thank you. إيه.
حقيقي.
موفق.
شكرا دكتور.
الله يحفظك يا عبد الله، الله يجزيك، حياتك.
I want to